Have you ever heard about Islamic finance? Do you know that the financial sector has like a whole sector just dedicated to the Islamic principles that are just in alignment with Quran, the Hadith, and you cannot really invest outside those principles. Pretty cool, right? And this investment opportunities, they're just not for Islam. They can also be anyone that's into ethical investing. And one of the most surprising things about Islam finance is that you do not have to pay interest on the investment. It's against the law. It's called riba. It's against the law. So stick around, and in this video you're going to learn about a bit about Islam finance, especially in the investment side, and you're going to learn what are Sharia funds. What kind of funds? Like when you go to invest in your money market, what are the options for you if you're into ethical investing, or if you're a Muslim? What are the options for you? So one of the very many options is Sharia funds, and I'm going to put you on game on the companies that can offer you this kind of privilege, so you can be part of the investment journey. Like you do not have to pause because you are afraid, or you want to adhere to your faith and still make some money in an ethical manner that is complementing your faith. So you're going to learn what are Sharia funds, and you're going to learn which kind of company you can tap into to take advantage of these opportunities. So without further ado, let's begin. So what are Sharia compliant investments? Sharia compliant investment. First of all, Sharia is Islamic law. So these are investments that adhere to the Islamic law, and they're following the Quran principles or the Hadith principles. So how does Sharia compliant investments work? Sharia compliant investments, first thing, there's nothing like interest or making money in the Sharia compliant investment or Sharia funds or anything about Islamic finance or Islamic banking, because the whole idea is that money is supposed to just be capital towards the business. Especially, there's nothing like making money in this culture, in these teachings, or in this community. Money should only be backed by assets, and the only thing that can be accepted is the profit, and that is after everything is paid out. And if losses happen, then losses is distributed among all the players, and that's that. So they do not believe in the idea of making money, because at the end of the day, when you just put money and all it does is earning interest, that is when you're creating lack in the economy, and one person is going to be entitled to so much accumulation, and that is going to leave another person having less. It's going to make another person have less. It's going to leave another person having nothing in their pocket, because there's this one person that put capital, and their interest keeps earning interest. So that is not allowed in this kind of compliancy in the investments. So the money put across is only supposed to earn profit, and is supposed to be backed by assets. And it could be business, it could be real estate. For example, Ruto introduced first bonds that were issued that were Sharia compliant were called sukuk, and sukuk were only deployed in the market because they were backed by housing levy. So that is asset-based, financing, or asset-based kind of money, which is going to follow the laws of profit and all that kind of stuff. So one of the characteristics of a Sharia compliant investment is the riba, which means there's no interest in the money you invest or the money you put across in let's say if you're putting it in a fund. So all you're going to earn is profits, but no interest, and that means that is after you pay everything that you need to pay. It really tries to be ethical and honest, and to invest in the right companies. So another element includes avoidance of gharar, which prohibits speculation, because speculation only brings avoidance and excessive uncertainty, and this kind of ambiguity is uncertain for business ventures and contracts. So gharar can also lead to haram, so that is very much prohibited. And of course, you have got to avoid the haram, which means that you should not be in industries or activities that are considered sinful or harmful towards the Quran. When you invest in a Sharia fund, for example, you're not going to invest in companies that are distribute alcohol, are into gambling, tobacco, pork, pornography, or even some advertising companies are not allowed. So you've got to adhere, you know that your money is not being spent on companies that are upholding these kind of values. So companies that are also advertising these prohibited things such as pork, gambling, tobacco, and these other non-Islamic activities, you don't get to invest in such haram. Those are considered haram-based companies. Those are considered as haram-based companies. Another thing that I've talked about is the profits and loss sharing. Yes, there is no interest, but there is profits. So what the Sharia compliant investments or Islam finance believe in, they believe in partnership. So they believe investment should be based on profit and loss sharing principles, because the Islamic finance often uses structures like mudaraba, which is profit sharing, and musharaka, which is a joint venture where profits and risk are shared among parties. Another thing Sharia compliant investments looks for is the principle of zakat, which is charity. So in Sharia compliant investment, you must invest in companies that also practice charity giving, as much as they're also avoiding all these other degenerate stuff. So what are the type of Sharia compliant investments? As I've mentioned, there was like this Islamic bond called Sukuk. It was backing up the housing levy. We have the Islamic mutual funds, or any type of Sharia funds. They are just funds that are only going to invest in companies that are compliant with the Sharia laws. Only the companies that comply, that's where the money is going to be put. So you know that you're investing in the right companies and the money coming to you is legit and it's aligning with your faith. Other investments include real estate that are compliant, equities that are compliant, and the Islamic banking principles that allow profit sharing. So who can benefit from this kind of funds or this kind of investing? These are people who are, of course, their faith is Muslim or Islamic, and also just anyone who is into ethical investing, because if you're going to cancel out also companies that are not Sharia compliant, it means you're getting close to even environmental ESG kind of investing. So if you're into ethical stuff, everybody's always like capitalism, this and that. Sharia funds is kind of one of the most evolutionary systems that is anti-capitalism. And you know, capitalism is all about capitalizing the situation and making money principles, which Sharia compliant investment is completely against. So if you're not into that such kind of things, Sharia funds is for you. Now that you know all that, where can you invest in a Sharia compliant investment or fund or a plan? The best plan or the best company I know you can actually invest in is a company called Avocap Asset Management. Avocap Asset Management have two Sharia investment plans. One of them is called the Mabruk Sharia Fund, and the other one is an equity special fund. The Mabruk Fund and the special equity only invest in companies that are Sharia compliant. So this includes the companies and includes the bonds and includes the systems that are only Sharia compliant. And at the end of the day, at the end of the year, so you're going to get your return and you're able to achieve your goals. And how are you going to be able to invest in Avocap Sharia funds, Sharia compliant funds? So stick around and let me take you through the website, through the system, so that you can know how to open an account, the facts about it, the capital that you're going to need, the returns and the lock-in period and all that kind of stuff. By now, you should be able to understand what are Sharia funds. Now that you understand that, how can you start making the investment? You can start by heading to avocap.com. Once you get to avocap.com, you get to the page of, the website of Avocap Asset Managers. And you can see you have the home. You can go through the home. You can go through the website. And if you want to know how to navigate the website, other than going for the Sharia funds and the facts about the company. I already made a video, and if you want to know about it, just go to the description area. I have linked the video. It has all the details about the website from the home to contact us. You're going to understand how the website runs, who owns the company, how are they performing. So understand that. You're even going to understand some videos on how to open the account, although I'm also going to cover that here. So you now you got here, right? You want to invest in Sharia funds and honor your faith as also. Now, let's say you're someone that's ready to invest in Sharia funds and just Sharia funds, you don't want anything else. What do? After you get to the Avocap Asset Management website, you come to our funds. Once you get to our funds, you're going to come here, and these are the only two options. These are the only two options that cover the Sharia fund. We have the Avocap Mabruk Sharia Fund and the Avocap Sharia Global Equity Special Fund. So you come and click the Mabruk. The difference between these two is that this Mabruk Sharia Fund allows you to start your investment in Kenya shillings, and you're going to see why. And the Avocap Sharia Global Equities allows you to start investing in dollars. The Equity Special Fund focuses on the equities, and the Mabruk Special Fund focuses on Sharia-based compliant indices. And Sharia Global Equity Special Fund focuses on the Sharia-compliant equities. Now let's take a look at Avocap Mabruk Sharia Fund. So at the Mabruk Sharia Fund, you come here and check the facts. We have the ethical investment, the investment objective, the approach, risk and reward profile, why should you invest, and then down here you can see the minimum investment, minimum top up, and the lock-in period. The ethical investment section just shows you that this is an investment that can align with your values and beliefs. You don't have to go invest in companies that don't align with your values. The investment objective of this fund is to achieve financial returns while maintaining an investment portfolio that strictly adheres to Sharia regulations. What are the approaches? You're going to tap into Sharia-compliant indices, sector-based screens, which excludes businesses that are involved in non-Islamic activities such as advertising or prohibited products, media and entertainment, cinema operations, alcohol, and financials that do not meet Sharia criteria. Ongoing compliance is that they continue monitoring the investment to ensure ongoing compliance with Sharia principles. Risk and reward profile. The fund is categorized as a category 7 due to exposure to various asset classes, including equities, shares, carrying risks such as a share price fluctuation and challenges in liquidating assets during extreme market conditions. So at the end of the day, as much as we're investing in Sharia compliant companies, it doesn't mean that we are exempt from risk. Risk will happen because this is an investment, and we all know it can either lose or you can win. But according to research, Sharia compliant companies have been recorded to at least give regular and predictable results. It's not a promise, but according to research, there has been a record of it performing well. The companies and the indices, they perform well. So why invest in Avocap Mabruk Sharia Fund? It's tailored solution for Kenyan investors, since you also get to invest in Kenya shillings, strict adherence to Sharia principles, rigorous selection process, rigorous selection process, I think it's repeated twice, and transparency and education. You get to be informed and you get to get reports about how your investments are doing. And now once you get that done, you get to the key investor document. And other key investment, you must always check the key investor document to now check the fund further and what it stands for and the facts behind it. So it goes further on the objective. It lets you know it's going to the fund will use the Dow Jones Islamic Market MENA Index as the benchmark. Okay, so you just get to know these facts. You can see the risk is around 6 to 7, and it explains why the fund is in category 6. What does that mean for you? You get to see the entry charge, which is often 0.5% initial fee, and this stands for every other fund in Avocap, and this is just the standard market fee. So don't think that you have an entry charge because it's a Sharia Mabruk fund. No, this is a initial fee that covers all funds. All funds go through the initial fee. Exit charge is 0, fund management fee 2%, and performance fee is 20%. So you look at that, and you can see the legal facts, who are the custodians, who are the trustees, the fund management. That's it. And you are able to also keep up with the performance just from here. So now that we have that, you understand that. Now let's look at the second one, Avocap Sharia Global Equity. You can see the same thing. It's a Sharia compliant fund. You can see the investment objective: to attain capital growth over the mid to long term period by strategically investing in diversified portfolio of Sharia compliant securities listed in global markets. You can see the investment policies, global equity exposure, the benchmarking process, risk and reward, why invest, it's ethical, global market growth. At least now, this one exposes you to the global market growth because it exposes your money to the global equity markets that are Sharia compliant. The diversification of it and the professional management, at least you don't get to do these things yourself, where you have to research and find out who is Sharia compliant, how do you balance the portfolio. You don't get to do that. That is done for you. All you have to do is deposit and get your return at the end of the lock-in period, between 6 months to a year. So minimum investment $1,000, minimum top-up monthly $1,000, lock-in period 6 months. Also, you can check out the key investor document. From there, you can see the objective, the investment policies, and as here you can see the fund strictly adhere to Sharia principles, following the S&P 500 Sharia indices methodology and the FTSE Sharia methodology, while prohibiting investment in companies that are not Sharia compliant. The investment risk is at 7. You can see why. You can get familiar with the risk you're getting yourself into. The fees remain the same, 0.5 initial fee and no exit charge. Look at the past performance here, and the litigation side, the legal side of the company. You can see the custodian and who are the trustees and who are the managers, just right here. So once you have that information, now you can go back to the website and you can start investing. So once you understand that, now you can get to investing. Click invest now, and once you click invest now, you're going to open an account. You're going to follow the procedure of opening the account, and I've made a video on how you can open an account in Avocap. I've linked it in the description. Just click in the description, you'll find the video, and just to understand the whole website and the whole values behind it. And now once you open an account and you verified your email and your details, you're going to get to the dashboard, and once you're ready to invest in your Sharia fund, you're going to come here to Avo Funds. You'll come here to Sharia Funds, and you have Avocap Mabruk Sharia Special Fund. When you click invest, it will take you to the investment sector, and you're going to now top up cash balance. You can see the minimum investment is 100,000. So you're either going to invest through bank deposit, or you're going to invest through M-Pesa, whichever you prefer. And once you're done, you're going to see your balance has been updated, and you can always top up 100,000 every month so that your fund is accumulating. So if you want to know more about the fund, and how much returns you're going to have, and the strategies you can use to be able to accumulate your money. All you can do is comment, just highlight on the comment section that you want to know more, and we can talk more about the returns, or we can always go further and even have a physical meeting to be able to understand um, more about this Sharia fund, how much money you're going to make, what are the strategies behind, because sometimes the solutions also need to be unique to the person. People have different goals, they want different kind of returns, they have different kind of vision. So if you want more advice on how you can invest the money, how you can keep topping up, how much money are you going to make,